you ever seen a woman who just seemed super cranky, very irritated, uptight, and just couldn't seem to let loose and enjoy the moment? It's possible that she was suffering from tumescence. What tumescence is like an excess of sexual energy that's being built up and not expressed. So instead of releasing the energy, it becomes built up and makes women cranky sometimes. It's possible it happens to men as well, but it's a lot easier for them to release their energy because as far as I'm concerned, getting a man off is a piece of cake and getting a woman off can be like a celebration, a symphony. There's a lot of work that goes into it. There's like so few pieces, yet so many options. It's just amazing and magnificent. So I've done orgasmic meditation, and that is where I've learned about tumescence, and that is from the One Taste community with Nicole Didon, who is the leader of it. And there's pretty much this belief that when a woman has a lot of that sexual energy going and she's not able to release it, it's almost like the lady version of blue balls. And it's a lot more, I would say, like probably more common and yet less managed, because sometimes people don't realize that women have sexual needs, and we fall into this place where we're like, women don't need sex, it's just for the man. And not true. I believe sex has always been about the woman, and somehow we've been able to think it was about the man. And it's like, how is that more important than helping a woman? Like, it's a very simple move. You do it when you shake things. Like, really, it's not complicated. I'm Latia, and I feel like a dick appointment can be the solution to these needs that we have as women and men, and expressing our sexuality in a safe space and being able to connect with someone and get our needs met. So, what is a dick appointment, you might ask? As far as I'm concerned, a dick appointment is when you have a scheduled meeting for sex. It means there is a man that I am meeting and we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be fun. I don't know if it gets more detailed or involved for other people, but as of last night, I was at my with my wax specialist, and I was telling her, I'm getting ready to have fun. And she's like, oh, you getting ready for a dick appointment? And I was like, yes, ma'am. And I've heard the phrase before, but I don't always use it in conjunction with my hangouts with my guy friends or the people I'm going to do the things with, because it's not always super intentional. It's usually like, if I hang out with this person, 9.5 out of 10 times we're going to do it. But this time it's like, oh no, we know what we're going in for. I know what I want, you know what I want. Let's do it. So it was fun to chat with her because it's like, now I'm aware we can call this a dick appointment. So yes, we have a cute little name for it. Now, who has them? I feel like everyone should have them, because sometimes you just need to plan it out. And I've talked with a group of married women about it, and some of them were like, planning out this sensual experience? What? No, I don't want to do that. We're married, we've got kids, we've got all of these things. Now we're going to schedule our lovemaking? Yes, schedule it. You schedule everything else. Why wouldn't you schedule sensual alone time with your partner so you can explore your bodies, set the mood, and stay in touch? Because sometimes if you let things happen by chance, they're just not going to happen. You know, I've been wanting to put my bed together for like a week, and it didn't happen until I finally was like, I'm going to sit and put my bed together tonight. Actually, I think it was more spur of the moment, but I knew I wasn't going to bed until I had a bed made. But I had a mattress. Long story. So, sometimes you need to schedule because you may not do it otherwise. And if you want to keep a relationship hot and fun, there's another YouTuber. No, she's not a YouTuber. There's a lady who works on the erotic, and she talks about how in relationships, sometimes you need to plan your sexual encounters, otherwise it won't happen, because spontaneity is not our friends in terms of maintaining the erotic flame. So, why would you have a dick appointment? Because you want to have sex and have some fun. It's with someone that you want to create the container with. You just need it, like, for whatever reason. I feel like it's a healthy way of connecting with someone. And if you're able to communicate and express yourself openly, everyone can get their needs met. So that by the end of your session, you're satisfied, your partner's satisfied, everybody's having fun. And if there's more than one person involved, all the people can have the fun. You know, boundaries and limits and what people want, and it's a great way to kind of like show up. So what's coming to mind for me is, how would one prepare for such a thing? So communication. What do you want? What does your partner want? Set up your boundaries and limits and understand, okay, this is not okay. That way there's kind of this understanding of, it's okay if, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something. I don't know. It's okay if I touch your balls, but you don't want me to touch your butthole. Okay, cool. I can do that. I don't really like touching guys in the butthole. That is easy to honor. Now, if you were like, don't touch my balls, it would be like, okay, balls can be fun, but you don't want them touched, so I will honor that. Like, I'm aware, I won't play with your balls. So it allows people to know, like, what are your limits? What are you into? And there's also, depending on who you're with or how much trust there is, it's like, maybe you need to have a safe word. So I guess like the two spaces that I plan for sexuality with BDSM, there's mitts, marks, injuries, triggers or traumas, and safe words. Making sure that you're communicating on, like, is it okay to leave marks? Do you have any injuries? Do you have any triggers, things I shouldn't do, like spanking makes you feel like a kid? Or what's the safe word? So I know how to stop at any moment should it become too much. And then RBDSM, something I learned in the Tantra space in New York, which is relationship status. What is your relationship status? What are your boundaries and limits? What are your desires? What is your sexual health and history? And then what does this mean? Because this could be something we're trying to start a relationship and I want to get to know you and you're cute and we could be the cutest couple, or it's like, nah, just fun. It means nothing. Don't read into it. So at the least you're aligned in the beginning and know what to do. And as I was thinking about this video, I was like, sometimes when I say RBDSM, I'll say RBDMS. And I'm like, why do I say that? And then I realized because an RDBSMS in tech is a relational database management system. And I'm like, oh, I keep getting like work stuff mixed in. So that was just something funny that I did that I thought was cute, because I'm cute like that. But it's really good to have that open level of communication so that you understand what you're doing and getting into and what you're gonna get out of it. So like recently, in setting up a dick appointment, as I guess we can call it, my partner was like, I would like for you to shave. And I'm like, I don't shave, so I'll wax. And then I was like, well, last time I did this being getting a wax and then having sex that same night, not good. It was all bad. It was like so uncomfortable and just sore and raw and like bad move. I was like, didn't think about timing. So then this time I was like, oh, let's do it tonight since we know we're meeting up tomorrow. So then it's safer, it's healthier. I won't be as irritated and like, oh gosh, that hurts and it's uncomfortable. And so it's like kind of learning from mistakes. And so I guess I live in New York now and lived here for a few months now and lived here before. And my first wax specialist, it's so funny because like it's the same guy but like different wax specialists. And I met a celebrity bodyguard and he's cute. He is like tall, handsome. He's like funny, a goofball. Like we ended up walking around for an hour and a half just talking the first time we met. And I was having like a bad day, so it was really nice to meet him. And he's like, I attracted you or called you in. And I was just like, you can think that, but I think it was me who did the calling in, but whatever, just appreciate me. So with the last wax specialist, she was like, don't sleep with him. Like, that's a bad idea. And I was just like, well, you've already solidified that I'm going to sleep with him now. And then I did that night and it was fun. It was great. I was like, yes, please. And then that was the same day as the wax, which was like the bad idea part where it was like, oh gosh, my body and maybe time of the month mixed in. It was just all sorts of bad moves wrapped in one. And I was like, oh. So then we met up again and we did it and it was a lot better and so much fun and like not as uncomfortable. And so now we're about to do it again. And I learned, I was like, if I'm gonna wax night before, I don't want to be sore and uncomfortable and just aching and in pain, because it's better to be present fully. I also like smoked and I don't usually do that the first time, so that probably had an effect, but it's an option to just connect with someone and have that space where there's communication. And so I remember asking about like, is a safe word needed? Because like some ideas were coming up and I'm like, do I need a safe word? And he was like, no. He's like, baby, I'm dying. And I was just like, okay, well, you have been a police officer before. You do pay attention. I do feel comfortable like honoring where I'm at. So it's like, all right, okay, this will be fun. So I'm going to have some fun. I think everyone in the world should be having fun if you're of age and you can consent as an adult. Just exploring one's body and one's sexuality in the safe container of whether it's a dick appointment or a relationship or whatever brings two people together so that we can explore what makes us happy and how we can make someone else happy. It's always a fun time in my opinion, because if we don't get to play and explore, how are we going to know what we like, what we don't like, what works, what doesn't work? And even though orgasm, like a life without orgasm is possible, but as a woman, why would you accept anything less than an orgasm every time or an orgasm every day? Like, clitorises are amazing and sex can be so much fun. Just tossing that out there. Because like, guys, I know some guys who are like, I don't, masturbate. And it's like, okay, like if that floats your boat. But it's also like for women, it's just like there's so many options to like get the juices flowing. And I think it's more important for women to get off than men. Just because it's so easy for a man to get off, and like for a woman, it's such a multifaceted experience. It doesn't have to have that, as like Regina Thomas, our Mom Regina would say, that a sneeze, like her or something, where it's like a crotch sneeze or something. It's like you don't have to have that like explosive moment. It can be a roll and a crescendo and a musical and just like minutes or hours of orgasm, and it's just not as talked about as it is with men. But I think it's just because sometimes when a woman orgasms, it's not as obvious as when a man orgasms, but it's just as important, if not more so, because it takes a certain headspace, certain level of comfort and trust, and then a lot of care and attention to allowing space to relax and be at ease, because your body is a temple and it deserves to be worshipped as such. So, comments. Let me know if you like it, don't like it, what works, what doesn't work for you, and how may I please you with my videos? Because as much fun as it is to make stuff up every day, it would be a lot more if I'm like answering questions or being of service to somebody. So my dope A wax specialist told me about dick appointments and how I could talk about that. So thank you, gorgeous. You know who you are. I'm so excited for our next session or just talking to you in general because you're amazing. Hope y'all get great wax specialists like mine. She's the best. I love her. Actually, the both ones that I've had in New York have been great. And like pretty much every European wax center wax specialist is just amazing. Talk to your wax specialist. It's weird if you don't. Like, they're all up in your business. Even if they're not in your business, it's your body. Talk to them. And have a great day. See you next time.